to the Nerdiverse. Go ahead, sit and listen to the masters, the old heads, talk about what you love the most. Video games, comics, movies, and everything you need to maintain your week. Got the knowledge that's straight out the ether. Gonna need a drink and have to take a seat to expand your mind and listen to the speaker. Mike and the squad's gonna give you what you need. Please send in a question, come and get some answers, learn a couple lessons from the masters with the special guests. We got the Green Lanterns glowing on their chest. Yes, please sit back and relax, cause we're gonna hit you with them stone cold facts. And allow me to be the very first to welcome you to the masters of the Nerdiverse. Welcome to the Masters of the Nerdiverse podcast, where we always have such sights to show you. This Yule log of a podcast can be found on iTunes, Stitcher, Spreaker, SoundCloud, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Google Play, and Spotify. I'm, of course, your host, Mike G. And with me, as always, is the dancer to my prancer, Wynter Trash Monk the Dizzard.
Skip bop a doo, chestnut roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nipping at your toes. Num 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 num. And
Anytime.
Merry Christmas to you. Okay. How's everybody doing? This is Trash Monk the Third. Yeah. Coming at you from the trash bunker that is actually, there's trash everywhere. I need to clean my room before I go to my parents tomorrow.
Do it.
And yeah, everything's going fine. Aye.
Yeah. I feel it. I haven't even wrapped gifts yet, bro. That's all.
I'm not. I'm just gonna put them all in a trash bag, and then I go, "Merry Christmas."
Just dump it on their front lawn and leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's Christmas tradition at the Trash Palace. You know.
Unfortunately, everyone else is going to be wrapping their gifts, but not me.
Not me. No, I gotta wrap gifts tomorrow.
I'm saving the planet.
Save the planet. Save a tree. I gotta buy a couple of gift cards.
Are they to your nieces and nephews?
No, I don't get them anything. They get enough.
Okay.
I get them nothing.
But that's just an uncle gift.
Yeah. No.
Actually, my uncle now gives me 20 packs or something.
Damn, that's a cool ass uncle, bro. Like a what? Like what's the poison?
Well, he'll get into phases where he'll buy beer, and then he doesn't drink enough of it, but he'll buy a 30-pack of like Budweiser or something.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, that's a good beer to have around. And he does not buy the Bud Light. He just buy the regular Budweiser.
That's fine. It's just
Budweiser. Cut the score. Brought to you by Budweiser.
Budweiser.
I can't remember what Harry Carey sounds like right now. So
I just thought about that Simpsons where it was like MacGyver. Yeah, the Budweiser plant in Los Angeles off the 405.
Yeah,
that makes me think of that. On the way to 5 for those LA cats.
The Californians.
65. It's winter. How does it feel to be the ambassador for an entire time of year, man? Like, this is your time, right? Like, do you just power up and get more confident, and like your hair is like shinier and your eyes are brighter? Is this when you just?
I want you to remember this. Now, every time I bring up jokes, because you do this type of crap.
I'm just saying, like, you power up, right? This is like Sozin's Comet, dude. You just like you're never more active than like now, dude.
Maybe Brian can do the podcast with you.
Oh,
with that.
Shit. I'm back away, not today. I'm just gonna scoot back. Touchy subjects on Christmas nights.
Where's my eggnog whiskey tonic?
Damn, all of that at the same time?
Yes.
Where's my eggnog whiskey tonic?
So here's a drink so have you ever done this where you have the eggnog, you pour the eggnog into ice cube trays?
Okay.
and then you put them in the freezer. You let them become cubes, and then you pop 2 out, put them in like a shot glass type thing or a pint glass. Then add some whiskey to it, and now you have like eggnog melting into the whiskey over time.
Dude, you're gonna get jacked up drinking that.
I have yet to do that, but the guy at the grocery store told me about it.
Like, by the time you melt down that eggnog, you're gonna be flat on your ass, dude.
Well,
I guess you got to keep taking shots until the eggnog's gone, dog.
Yeah.
That sounds like tomorrow, dude. Like, for real.
Tomorrow, Merry Christmas, tomorrow. I hope I'm picked for Orphan Day.
Woo.
Yeah, but how's your week going?
My week's been pretty basic, my man. Caught up with The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
With the baby Yotes, dog.
Yeah.
The baby Yotes. I'm actively avoiding Rise of the Jedi, Rise of the Skywalker spoilers. So I went back and started watching A New Hope.
You didn't start watching the Clone Wars?
No, man. I just wanted to watch the original trilogy. So I was like, I'm gonna watch A New Hope, where it all started technically.
Yeah, you are watching fan edits of the
not the Phantom edit, just good old Disney Plus stupid editing, special edition. Ugh, but it's the only way I can digest it right now.
Oh, geek day, man! We're talking about the song Jedi Rocks.
Jedi Rocks by the Max Rito band.
That I'm bummed out that there's not a lot of covers of on YouTube.
No, I'm with the Max Rito cover band.
Yeah.
Dude, that's what I want. The Orlando Calrissians, dog. But no, like tonight I'm gonna watch Empire, and Christmas night I'm gonna watch Return.
Yeah.
And then probably the day after that, I'll probably eventually finally settle it and go see the new Star Wars to get my
Can I
opinion
spoil something for you from the movie?
Why not? Sure. Go for it.
So, I can't remember the person's name. Ashanko, I think is her name, from the Clone Wars series, right?
Yep.
The Padawan of Anakin Skywalker.
Ahsoka.
Ahsoka. Yeah. You got it.
Yep.
So, she does have a part in the new Star Wars movie.
That's neat.
Yes.
Does she play like a famous actress or something?
No, from what I gather, it's just the voice.
Oh, that
the voice,
sucks.
Like, you can do it, Ray!
You can do it, Ray! It's me, Ahsoka, from famed television show.
The Clone Wars!
That's my lightsaber noise. See you later! The fuck? That's
Qui-Gon, yeah. So I've been thinking about the Kenobi TV show.
Like, what's that gonna be?
I have a feeling that we're gonna see Liam Neeson in it.
Liam Neeson as the Qui-Gon flashbacks?
Yeah, no, as Liam Neeson.
Yo, that's dope. He's just on. He's just on Tatooine. Dog. He's just like, I will find you.
Yes, as Qui-Gon, teaching Kenobi the ways of that he learned
of force ghosting.
Yeah. Because if you go into the Clone Wars lore, that's kind of what happened, where Yoda had to go and learn under the Force ghost of Qui-Gon.
Yeah, you can't just do that. You have to know how to Force ghost, otherwise you'll just die like normal.
Right.
It's a certain kind of skill, which makes me wonder, how did Darth Vader learn how to Force ghost?
That's true.
Did Palpatine teach him? He would have had to, right? I haven't seen Rise of the Jedi, so I don't know how they're going to figure out how to bring Palpatine back. But he must have taught him, right? Because Anakin's there at the end of Jedi, so someone had to teach him that, right?
I mean,
you can't just do it. Apparently,
the Force could be strong enough to go. He needs to do this. So,
dang, the plot armor is so strong that you don't need to learn this, Goku. You just become a Super Saiyan. Stupid. Burnt out.
Hey,
yeah.
Isn't it funny that? Okay, so there's so much that you can go off of on Jedi Rocks where
it's layered. It's so layered.
There's people in a room going, "What are the lyrics gonna be?" Wong ching chang jiggy bang.
Yeah,
like, no, maybe not that.
It's about Ziggy Dang.
And no one's going.
Beautiful.
And no one's going. This kind of sounds like you're just doing Chinese Mandarin. Like you're saying that Chinese people speak alien.
And then George Lucas just stares daggers at that guy, and he's thrown.
You'll get me a Diet Pepsi.
He just throw him out of a 10th story floor, like in RoboCop, dude. He just throw him out.
I command you to give me a Diet Pepsi.
You know what? Now you're my Diet Pepsi, bitch. Give me a Diet Pepsi now.
George Lucas would never swear.
He swears all the time.
No. Although I did see him get upset in a video where someone introduces him and he goes, just to let you know, I didn't direct Indiana Jones. It was that other guy.
Okay. Bastard.
Well, it's true.
It's
like
true.
The guy, you'd think that the guy who his job is to announce him on stage would get the words right.
Yeah, it's like the whole Steven Spielberg Poltergeist thing, where Tobe Hooper died being salty because everyone thought Steven Spielberg directed Poltergeist, but it was Tobe Hooper. It's the worst kind of like mistaken identity ever. Tobe Hooper was like, "Yeah, I directed Poltergeist. It was me." But Steven Spielberg's innovations. He's like,
what are you talking about? It was no one. It's Tobe Hooper that's on the name. The whole thing was Steven Spielberg directed it.
That's what I'm saying. Like Tobe Hooper is still died salty, man.
Oh.
Everyone just kept saying that Steve directed it, and Tobe Hooper was just a Manchurian Candidate.
Oh well, cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Speaking of cocaine, Eddie Murphy was on Saturday Night Live.
Wasn't that great?
He did a really good job, actually.
Yeah.
I don't want to associate cocaine with Eddie Murphy, but hey.
No. I like this whole bit about who's America's dad now.
Yeah, he got in trouble about that. Like the Cosby estate tried to slap him on the wrist. Eddie Murphy was like, "I don't care, shut up." It's the truth.
But it would be funny if you like mentioned, and this dad went for a hooker or something like that.
And he got a surprise.
Yeah,
Murphy.
Wikipedia Eddie Murphy, folks.
Yeah, you are not to throw stones in.
I found out he had
sir.
3 music albums that he did.
His music is amazing, apparently. I don't want to get copyright struck on YouTube, but I may put up some Eddie Murphy music as the end of this podcast. Mm-hmm. Forget Christmas music. Also, I watched and finished The Witcher.
I did that today
on Netflix. Mm-hmm. You want to take a second to talk about it, and that'll segue into your week.
Yeah. So this is my week.
Yeah.
I liked it. It kept me coming back to it. I'm trying to figure out what people didn't like about it because I tried to read some of the reviews.
Yeah, it's weird out there.
And the one that was like really negative, it turns out he only watched a couple of episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Entertainment Weekly article.
I can't find legit reasons that people are like not liking this show. Like, oh, the storyline's bad. I don't understand. It's like, because you're a moron.
Right.
You're not paying attention to the story.
Yeah, it goes once again to the theory that once you have like time jumping in a movie, I would suggest like maybe 50% of the audience
is just going to eventually check out.
Yeah.
But how did Pulp Fiction get it so right?
Because he spends 5 minutes going, okay, we're jumping around. Like there's the title cards. Like they're back. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. The Witcher does not give you any kind of heads up it's doing that. No. You kind of realize like halfway through the series, like, okay, this is what we're doing. And time starts, and it starts by the last episode, everything makes sense. Like, okay, I know exactly where people are, when they are, and how everything kind of is revolving around Cirilla or Ciri.
Yes.
Yeah, Ciri.
I don't know. I was trying to do a Ciri.
Ciri, please go into the future. What do you think of Henry Cavill as Geralt of Rivia?
I liked it.
I
thought,
loved his Geralt of Rivia, dude. It's
yeah.
so-
I mean, you're talking about someone that only played The Witcher like for like 20 minutes and then got his money back. But
Nah, man.
yeah,
Like,
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that the original author of the books is like a creative consultant, which I think is always nice to have.
yeah.
George Lucas.
Mm.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I think everyone should watch it. Maybe not watch it with the family.
Nah,
But
it's not really a family show.
no.
But it's not really out of control. It's not like Watchmen.
Oh,
Watchmen is super out of control. Like, this is like hard R out of
yeah.
control.
And Watchmen is
Like NC-17 in some parts. Like, real talk.
interesting.
But yeah, like getting context for these characters, because like Witcher 3 is like one of my favorite games of all time, but I never played Witcher 1 or 2, so I had no context to these characters coming in. So I kind of learned from where they were in the video game.
Give the Witcher your coin.
Oh, don't get me started on Jaskier. Or what his American name is Dandelion. That's what they call him in the video game. And Dandelion is low key my favorite character in the Witcher series. I love that. I was gonna riot if Dandelion wasn't in the series. Then I found out that Dandelion has a huge part to play in the series. So I loved every second of it. I just didn't recognize the name because Jaskier is his original name. And I was like, who is Jaskier? And I had to look it up. I was like, yeah, that is supposed to be Dandelion. That rules. So yeah, I loved every bit of it, man. I loved Yennefer. I wasn't sold on her at first.
Yeah.
But she really, I would say, rounded out the character. No pun intended. Ciri was really good. I thought Ciri was played very well. Yeah. They didn't have a lot to do with Trish, Trish is really big in 3. But she kind of had a smaller role in this one. And I just think Henry Cavill just could do whatever he wants. I hope he still plays Superman one day, but if he just wants to be Geralt of Rivia for a while, I'm super down with that too, man. He plays it pretty good. Roach was in it, which is his horse, and Roach is awesome. He got to fight
Roach.
Don't touch him. Don't touch Roach. Like, okay, man. They were I thought they were going to be liberal with the powers because it's a TV show, but they really went as hard as they could with the graphics.
Right.
It was real spotty at spots. It's not Industrial Lights and Magic, but they were very open with just showing the powers and just letting them rock, and the Witcher doing Witcher stuff, and Yennefer doing magic and portals, and they really went for it.
Right, and this is the first show that I've seen where they've actually the main hero had a bunch of potions. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Any other thing?
Like no, not like where he just would pop one to get a quick power up. You know what I mean? Like, and that's definitely a game thing. Like, he's always like drinking these weird and you can like synthesize the potions to do certain things. And
right,
I thought that was really cool how they handled that. Like, all right, this fight's going to be kind of nutty. Let me pop a potion real quick. And he gets those crazy black eyes with the white skin. It's just sick looking, dude. In that fight he had with that one creature in the destroyed castle.
Yeah,
it's probably the best part of the whole series. That like 30-minute fight.
Yeah, he fights a kid.
He fights this kid that's been mutated and distorted. Mm-hmm. It's super cool. But yeah, Witcher, I definitely recommend people watching it. Just not with the kids. It's not for kids.
Hide your kids.
Hide your kids. Better not bring your kids. But yeah, definitely check out The Witcher, man. Still no video games. I kind of came up with my own top 10 games of the decade.
Such a thing. I kind of came up with my own video game.
I made my own video game this weekend. It's called Dirk Lurkner, The Beginning. So look out for that in 2020. But yeah, man. What else did you do with your week? Castle Strania.
Or Stadia. That's what I meant.
Yeah, just put it on Stadia. So it doesn't run. Unless you're literally in Google Central. You do anything else with your week, man?
I did stuff like what am I trying to think of? I pretty much watched The Witcher. Watched I'm catching up on Mayans MC, which is like a spin-off show of Sons of Anarchy.
Okay.
Which I liked both of those shows. I like Sons of Anarchy, and watching King of the Hill from the beginning.
Oh man, that's a lot.
Yeah, I enjoyed King of the Hill.
Yeah, King of Hill went for a minute, man. Did it have like 10 seasons or something? That's like
Yeah,
that.
and it's like did some revolutionary things where it's like one of the first like animated Fox or animated shows that had like progression of character in it.
Yeah,
Where it's like that. But eventually Mike Judge left, or like he wasn't as hands on, and then Fox wanted to regress it back so that they could have for when it was a better option for when they were trying to syndicate the show. So where it's not like they can just throw whatever episodes on without worrying about does this match with the storyline type thing.
right.
So that's a thing. That was a previous reality of TV. But I'm excited. I've heard there was talks about a King of the Hill coming back revival.
A revival?
Yeah.
Oh, but Brittany Murphy though, man, that sucks.
But they would all be older in the revival Mike Judge wants.
So it'd be like Bobby with his own family?
Yeah, like it's been like maybe 10 years
10, 15 years.
It's been syndicated, so now it's like 10 years in the future of King.
That'll be a neat little like Netflix thing, right? Just throw it on like, well, it's Fox, so it would be Disney Plus, sadly.
Yeah, yeah. I would still watch it.
Yeah, definitely 100%. 100%. That's neat. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and you can't do it because Tom Petty's dead. He played
Doug Mangione.
No, Chuck Mangione's still alive, I think.
Chuck Mangione died.
But Tom Petty played Luann's boyfriend, husband.
Oh yeah,
Lefty.
Well,
Lefty. Yeah.
Well, both of them are. It sounds sucks, but they both passed away. So you can just kind of like, yeah, they're both gone now.
Okay.
The darkest timeline. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I watched the first episode of Batman the Animated Series.
Oh my goodness! Shut up.
Okay, that's all I got.
No, talk about it.
It's a lot easier for me to go through King of the Hill than it is a Batman animated series.
Did you watch? Was it On Leather Wings?
I don't remember
Or was it The Cat's Claw?
What? Okay, calm down over there. Whatever is the first one on Amazon. Let me take a look.
Okay, you need to tell me because there's different syndication origins to what technically was the first episode of Batman the Animated Series.
What did I open up here?
Just talk to me about it. Yeah, but streaming services, they don't care about like order. They'll just put out episodes in any kind of order, and it's not really even the legit order.
So I don't actually believe that. It's only Disney that I've heard that had those type
problems with that, right? Like,
yeah. Let me Batman animated.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
On Leather Wings.
On Leather Wings, dude. I'm so hyped. It's in me. And then Batman rears back a little bit. You start seeing like Langston turn into the Man Bat, dog, and he's in the cut. And he slashes his wings at the toxins, and Batman has to block him with his cape. That's one of the few episodes that actually has blood in it.
Yeah. Well, that's all what I got.
You don't want to talk about On Leather Wings more?
No, because I barely recall what was going on.
Are you going to continue to watch Batman the Animated Series?
Maybe.
Do it.
Maybe not, with how much you've been talking about.
I'll shut up, man. I admire your experience from a distance, Doug. From a distance. All right, I'm excited for you.
Thank you.
That's one of the best produced cartoons of all time. So there's so many stars in that show, it's out of control. So if you do continue to follow with it, I'm curious to see what you think of the subject matter of those shows. Some of that stuff gets really dark, man.
Perfect.
So with that, you want to get this Christmas show on the road?
Yeah, let's get this on the On the road.
Christmas time in
All
Hollis,
with bells
Queens.
of holly. Fa la 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 la. Going to the snow and going to have a good time.
What's your
Talk to
favorite?
Santa Claus, smoke a doobie, spitting rhymes.
What's your favorite non-conventional Christmas song? I just kind of alluded to mine, but I'm curious what yours is.
Non-conventional, like, what do you mean non-conventional?
Like, not Holy Night, not Jingle Bells, like like off left of center Christmas song.
Oh, well, there is the one by.
Is it Santa got ran over by a reindeer?
No, there's Jackson Brown and the Chieftains who did Rebel Jesus, which is a song that's very political for a Christmas song.
That sounds way too heavy, man.
Yeah. It's actually,
Yikes.
you should all check it out. It's pretty intense for a Christmas song.
Oh, jeez Louise.
Like, I can imagine like it coming on the radio and people like, we were just listening to Frosty the Snowman, and this song's like, and you spend your money on clothes while people starve.
Yeah, the bring down, right?
Yeah. But in all reality, I like the Beach Boys' Little Saint Nick. Ooh, Merry Christmas, yeah. Christmas coming, time of year.
That is a good one. Yeah, that reminds me of like Home Alone. Was that in Home Alone?
I don't know. By the way, they're remaking Home Alone for Disney Plus. Okay, next thing.
Yeah, to answer my own question, is of course Run DMC, Christmas Time in Hollis, Queens. It's the best. Boom, bam, 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 boom. It's Christmas time in Hollis, Queens. Mama's making chicken and collard greens.
That's actually pretty good, that intro, right?
Yeah, doesn't it just make you feel like Christmas, dude? Like, I'm gonna bump that so hard the next couple of days.
Makes me feel like I want to roll up my windows and lock the door.
Oh no, I don't want to scare this good old mountain boy with the aggressive Christmas music. Winter's like click, click. Nah, man, bump some Christmas Run DMC, man. Oh man.
Yeah. There's presents under the tree. Yeah, man. I can't do it.
Yeah,
Each one's for me.
Dude.
I'm on the naughty list. I'm on the good list. If you want me to. What?
What?
I don't know.
I don't know, man. Christmas time, man. What is your Christmas traditions up there where you are? What do y'all do, man?
Well, I go over to my parents, and I spend the night. And then we're going to have like a breakfast, then gift opening at my sister's place, which is now in the same area. And the goal is to get home that night and play Call of Duty to my heart's content.
I was going to say, like, I knew it was either Call of Duty or some Sharks game that's on or something.
No, Sharks have the next 4 days off.
Dang. Makes sense. And your family has land, right? Like, you guys have a good bit of land, huh?
Yes, the old ranch.
Good old Dude Ranch. That's a good Blink album. Yeah, man, that's what's up. Christmas time, dude.
What's your tradition?
What we do is we usually have a Christmas Eve party where my ratchet cousin invites her ratchet friends, and they have this big, giant, drunken hood party at my grandmother's house, which I have to usually chaperone and make sure people don't get too rowdy. So we all have a good time, and that's when everyone brings the gifts over, because all the families open their gifts at my grandmother's house. So no one opens their gifts individually. So we all bring our gifts to my grandmother's house. Sometimes I spend the night because I'm too drunk and I don't want to drive. And then we wake up the next morning, and like you, we have a huge breakfast, like a huge spread. And that's the same time the kids are opening their gifts, and we eat and just have a big family thing. So by noontime, everybody can go off and do their individual thing. And like you, that's when I pack up the car and I head home and try to play as much whatever video game I wanted to play to my heart's content, or finish watching the Christmas game or something like that. So that's usually Christmas time, my man. A lot of eggnog, a lot of Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas Is You played in an unholy loop over and over and over because my grandmother has an unhealthy fixation with that song.
Really?
Yeah, she super loves it. I bet it's playing right now at her house. 100%.
How old is your grandma?
Like in her mid-70s.
Wow.
Maybe early 70s. Yeah.
Right,
my Nana. Yeah. My grandmother doesn't. The only secular music my grandmother listens to is that single Mariah Carey album.
Yeah.
And like Andrea Bocelli. That's it.
I see how I was right on cue for Bocelli.
Yeah, man. How did you do it? You sounded like the angel himself, Doug.
Yeah. That's how I get the big bucks around here, folks.
What is your most cherished Christmas gift of all time, Doug?
I thought we talked about
Did we
this.
talk about this before?
Yeah, it was the one that I can vividly remember, the Game Boy SP that I got when I was a kid.
Dope.
With a Ruby version.
Yeah, man. Mine was the White Tiger Zord in White Ranger Power Rangers when they were super hard to find.
Yeah.
People were getting stabbed over them and stuff. I don't know how my mom got me that. But I got the White Ranger.
She stabbed somebody.
She ended up stabbing. She had to stab a bitch. Yeah, that Christmas I got the White Tiger Zord with the you push a button and his mouth lights up, and I got the Tommy White Ranger with the shield suit, and I almost got stabbed because I took it to school and some kid tried to jack me for it, but I punched him out and kept my winnings. But yeah,
took his gift.
It took his gift. Because that's eat or be eaten, I suppose.
I'm taking your shoes.
Take your shoes, punk. Yeah, man. Christmas gifts, dude. Isn't it weird, like, the older you get, the less you care about Christmas?
I had a list I sent. My mom wanted the list of Christmas presents I wanted. And the first 5, 6 things were, like, practical things. Like, gas card, grocery store card,
yeah.
Amazon gift card.
The Amazon gift card is such a lifesaver, dude. Yeah, man. Nowadays, not having any kids, it's like I can't live vicariously through them and be like, yeah, little man, you want that Venom action figure. It's like, no, I want Baby Shark. Nope, you're getting Venom.
You have kids?
Nope.
Oh.
I don't know if I've ever said that on the podcast, but that's a big official no. But yeah, Christmas.
That you know.
You get that. That's the gift that keeps on giving. That waking everyday anxiety that someone's going to show up to your door one day like, I'm your son, man. What?
Yeah.
That's what happens, man. That's what happens.
Yeah, that's fun. Making fun of deadbeat fathers. Yeah.
When you meet a stranger in the Alps, Doug. Yeah. What?
Let's get on to this Christmas stuff. Fact or fiction?
Let's get on to this Christmas fact or fiction stuff.
Yeah.
There's a list.
It's more of just a list of facts that you have here,
It's a list
by the
of
way.
facts. And I kind of wanted to cross-reference this with you because you're the more holier of us two.
Damn right.
Damn right. So I wanted to just pick your brain on a couple of these, man.
All right, let's go.
So let's start with Christmas wasn't always December 25th, man. Though Christmas celebrates the birth of the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, there is no mention of December 25th in the Bible.
No! My Reader's Digest Bible has been lying
to me this whole time. As his birthday itself didn't become an official holiday until the 3rd century. Some historians posit that the date was actually chosen because it coincided with the pagan festival of Saturnia, which is some kind of agricultural pagan thingy. So what are your thoughts on the adjustment of the birth of Christ to recruit pagans to Christianity, Doug?
Boy. So
that's a mouthful, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a couple of things. I've heard the whole thing about the Christmas being invented really to
manufactured, Doug.
Yeah. well, it was designed like a day to celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ. So maybe along the line, like, this is me talking out my butt a little bit, but it possibly went into, no, this is exactly the date of Christ's birth. We aren't just celebrating it today. This is actually what had happened.
Yeah, that's kind of nutty, man.
Yeah. It's also, I mean, there's so many avenues people go where it's like, well, if you go further down the line here, we'll be talking about the Puritans a little bit, but yeah, I mean, I don't know what people are like. I always, when people bring this up, I always ask, like, so what's your point?
Yeah, is it a chicken or the egg kind of thing?
It's not even a chicken or egg. Like, it's really, all we've just said here is just like data. And what I'm trying to figure out is, what is the conclusion that you're trying to make? Because that's what happens where, like, historians will talk about this stuff and they'll come up with, like, this is what we believe happened. And then folks will go, well, then that means blah, 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 blah. And the historians back me up. Actually, no, they just say that this is what they believe happened. And now you're kind of making a conclusion based on their findings. So, you know, it's an interesting bit that, as a person of the cloth, we get very often,
especially around this time of year, right?
Yes, yeah, and I'm always wondering, so what's your point?
Interesting. Yeah. And this is just kind of a deconstruction of the holiday, because apparently we can thank Prince Albert for the Christmas tree.
Right.
Let's see. The origin of Christmas trees goes back all the way to ancient Egyptians and Romans, who marked the winter solstice with evergreens as a reminder that spring would return soon. Prince Albert of Germany introduced the tree to his new wife, then Queen Victoria of England, and the tradition just took off. The Christmas tree, man.
Mm-hmm. That's actually, I would actually believe, or particularly the final bit of a drawing of the couple in front of the Christmas tree appeared in Illustrated London News way back in 1848. As we saw today, the idea went viral. And that's actually has a little bit more weight, because a lot of the things that we take as traditions nowadays were actually like suggested things in newspaper clippings, or like the Pledge of Allegiance was designed by someone, and I believe published in the newspaper. It's like, this is what every true American should do.
Right.
And the ideal, well, what is a Thanksgiving meal, was printed in a newspaper or like in someone's book. And then that just like spread like wildfire of like, this is what all Thanksgiving should look like.
Yeah. Kind of like ancient marketing.
You know what I mean? Ancient marketing only. It wasn't that too long ago in the grand scope of things. They're like the things that are influenced us today. A lot of it like late 1800s,
not many generations removed, right?
Yeah, like early 1900s.
Fascinating, man. Saint Nick was more generous than jolly. It seems like he was a bit of a jerk, but he was super nice to everyone.
Yeah.
Saint Nicholas, man. What can you tell us about the real saint that Santa Claus is based off of, man? The real saint.
Well, I can only say like what you've written here. You probably already knew that the idea of Santa Claus came from Saint Nicholas, but the real saint wasn't a bearded man who wore a red suit and a long white beard. That all came much later. According to legend, the 4th century Christian bishop gave away his abundant inheritance to help the needy and rescued women from servitude. As the tale made the rounds, his name became Sinterklaas in Dutch. And that later morphed into Santa Claus, and the rest of the trappings followed.
Sinterklaas.
Yeah.
Sounds like he has claws, though.
Yeah. I think it's the next bit, like, that we talk about where he gets the red from. Like, originally he was not like talked about wearing red or whatnot. It's later on when a certain Coke soda company.
Now this is fascinating.
Yeah,
that how Coca-Cola apparently played a huge part in the image of Santa Claus. Craving a Coke yet? Give it a second. According to Coca-Cola, Santa used to look a lot less jolly, even spooky, Go ahead, Google early images of Santa. You know what I mean? It wasn't until the beverage company hired an illustrator named Haddon Sunbloom in 1931 to create the images of Santa for the magazine advertisement that we got the warm, friendly Santa we know today. Now, kids wouldn't fear interrupting Santa's nightly work. And you think about it, like, as a kid, you always remember those Coke commercials with Santa looking like even the commercials were kind of creepy back in the day.
I mean, I grew up with the polar bear commercials. I don't know.
Yeah, those commercials with the baby polar bear trying to open a Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's kind of sad in a weird way. Like that marketing has kind of brainwashed the entire earth.
It's exactly what we said before about how like Thanksgiving meals were created by like a company, like an article in the newspaper. Like that's how a lot of these traditions that we have now kind of got formed.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's makes you think, man. Like,
yeah,
the origins of things and things we just now take as kind of as everyday. Like, no, this was manufactured. Like, apparently, hanging stockings started as an accident. Man, according to legend, we hang out stockings by the chimney with care, thanks to a poor man who didn't have enough money for his 3 daughters' dowries. Generous Saint Nick, remember that's trademark, don't get sued, dropped a bag of gold down the chimney one night where the girls had hung their stockings to dry by the fire. That's where the gold ended up, and allegedly that's how the tradition began. Kind of crazy. These little things we just do because it's tradition. You know, you have your... Tradition!
Name that musical, go.
Huh?
Name that musical, go.
Les Miserables?
Come on. Fiddler on the Roof.
If I was a rich man, I would get gold in my stocking. You never got good gifts in stockings, so it's always candy. Are those chocolate Santas? Toothbrush.
Yeah.
Yeah. You never got good stuff. Socks, maybe, if you're lucky. Get some good stuff. Interesting, though. Also interesting is that I guess celebrating Christmas used to be illegal at some point.
Illegal!
You want to take this one, Wynter? Since you're the most Puritan of us two?
No, I'll let you do this so that I could poke holes in it. Go.
Oh, jeez. Okay, you want to just tell me when to stop so you can break it down.
Okay.
By the time the Puritans settled in Boston, celebrating Christmas was outlawed. Talk about making the Christmas spirit. I see you fuming over there.
No, go on.
From 1659 to 1681, anyone caught making merry would face a fine for celebrating the once pagan holiday. And after the Revolutionary War, the new Congress found that the day was so unimportant that they wouldn't even held the first session on December 25th, 1789. Christmas was proclaimed a federal holiday for nearly another century, proving that the Grinch's notorious hatred for the holiday was alive and well before he was. Pagans, Doug.
Well, it's not. It's interesting because it's not necessarily they go right to it's pagan origins. It's actually more had to do with that two things. One, their Puritans held to what's called the regulative principle of worship. So, and like there's what the majority of churches do, which is the normative. That is, if the Bible does not forbid it happening in the church grounds, then it's like you got a green light to do it in the service. And a regulative principle would go, if the Bible says that that we are to do this, and we do it, and we don't go farther than that. So you have the regulative normative. Puritans were a regulative principle. So, and there was no command to celebrate Christmas. Therefore, they were not going to do it. The second part is that Christmas was identified as a Roman Catholic holiday. And the Puritans had a big issue with the Catholics
at that point in time,
or still to this time, to be honest. That was probably the biggest reason why they wouldn't celebrate Christmas. But they were, I don't even know if they did Easter either. I don't think they did Easter, but
interesting, man.
Yeah, though there's things to just keep in mind. Well, the proclaimers. Yeah, that's all I got.
No worries.
Yeah.
Did you know that Christmas decorating sends nearly 1,500 people to the ER this year?
You're just gonna skip it. Okay.
Yeah, I have nothing else to add. You killed it. So, like.
Oh. Well, you kill 1,500 people.
Yeah, man. In fact, Consumer Product Safety Commission estimates that 14,700 people visit the hospital emergency room each November, December from holiday-related decorating accidents. So please be careful when you're decking the halls. What do you think is the most common injury that you can sustain around this time of year? Would it be hanging Christmas lights? Probably.
Yeah, I would go like getting on the ladder, and like put like stapling lights onto the house.
Dude, dragging a Christmas tree into the house can sometimes be treacherous, dog. You can really hurt yourself. Man, wrapping gifts, you get paper cuts, bro. Jack yourself up, man. But it's probably hanging Christmas lights, man. It's got to be people falling off their roofs and breaking their necks and stuff, man. That's stupid. It's stupid.
Yeah.
Did you
maybe with the future of 3D gaming, people can just 3D decorate their house.
I want to put the 3D Jaws 3D shark from Back to the Future 2 on my roof and put a little Santa hat on it.
Yeah,
that's my future.
Dude, like the bass fish type thing.
Yeah,
rocking around the Christmas
tree or the Christmas party house. What do you? I don't even want to read this one. I just want your thoughts on what you feel about Xmas, dog. What is your thoughts on Xmas, dog? What is that? Tell me about Xmas, man.
So, for a long time, I've always heard that Xmas is like people who are trying to get rid of Christmas sort of thing. But now, just recently, I've been hearing more people going, well, X is a Greek letter for Chi in Greek, and is the first letter of Christ. Therefore, Xmas is just as Christian as the longer version. And I'm like, what battle? Like, what? It's like, okay, I need to be careful with what I say here, but there are so many other things that we could be fighting about besides this. Okay, folks? They're literally, like, while we are talking about this, there are pastors who are buying another jet. Sort of right. So, if I could speak to my brothers and sisters out there, relax. You're acting like a noisy gong. You're acting like a trumpet blowing in the street corner. You need to check yourself before you wreck it for everyone.
I like it. You know what I always equated Xmas to be?
For you.
Stuff that down your stocking, Rudolph. Always, as a kid, always
Rudolph the Episcopalian.
Rudolph the Episcopalian had a very big opinion. So I always thought Christmas was like the Japanese X, so Xmas. So it was like cross mass.
Yeah.
And the cross being, the cross on Calvary. So that was kind of the weird kind of Christ representation in Xmas. Just cross mass. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of where I always, but that was my own kind of deductive logic. Like I don't have anything substantial to say that's what it actually is, but
right. But it goes back to the first thing that we talked about, where like it's got quote unquote pagan origins type thing, and it's so interesting because it's all about I believe if I have I can't remember what it's called, but it's the appeal to, it's a genetic fallacy, essentially going that due to this is in its background, like this is what created it, therefore it's false. So a good example that I would use is like, we shouldn't be using buttons on our shirts because buttons were originally created to keep our spirits inside our bodies.
Yeah.
Type thing. It's again, it's like we're not focusing. I always have to ask, like, so what's your point with a lot of this stuff?
Yeah. What's your end game?
Yeah, and then a lot of it's just like, because I wasn't told this when I was younger, and then I go, well, I'm sorry.
Well, you're told now.
Yeah.
Deal with it. Adjust.
Yeah. Yes.
That's crazy, man. As we reach the end of this Christmas cast,
yeah,
I want to ask, what if you could have one Christmas miracle this year? What would it be?
I would like it to where I could do what I love full time.
Yeah, I was going to say something very similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Because it's very often during the holidays, you can feel like you're juggling a bunch of stuff, like I did this month. Mm-hmm. Like, I have way too much going on, and I would like it to where that was not the case.
Yeah. I totally reflect that Christmas miracle, that somehow this episode here hits the right ear, and we can just do this. You know, like, just do this. And support us financially. You know, that would be the biggest Christmas miracle going into this new decade. Let this be, you know, what we can do to earn a living. So, yeah, I'm just gonna put that out into the nerdiverse and see what sticks for this new decade we're going to be coming into. And
hi, Mike. This is Jeff Bezos here. We would like to.
Your money's not good here, Bezos.
We'd like to give you $2 million to transport your podcast to Audible.
You know what? I'm cool with Audible.com, dog. But now that Jeff is manning the transaction, dog. Me and Jeff go back.
Hello, this is Jeff Bezos' ex-wife. I have all his money now, so now we're gonna give you $1 million.
Dang, Jeff Bezos' wife! I knew I had beef with y'all. Oh, you have any closing thoughts before we ho this bad boy up?
Yeah, check out everything I do on the internet at Trash Monk the Third, Trash Monk III. I believe if you type in that name, you'll find an old D&D supplement that I submitted to. A tabletop RPG supplement that I wrote years ago.
Yeah.
For a system called Basic Fantasy. Yeah. You might find that. And, you know, I'm working on getting some new photos taken of me, working on a new website that should come out sometime next year. And it should be sweet.
Sweet. Yeah, sweet. Definitely plan on growing the channel. Yeah. Want to start focusing on a 3-episode release week.
He's crazy.
So, he's crazy. I'm trying to boost things up so we can get more exposure as a podcast. Going to be putting out a MOTN Christmas theme review on Friday with one Austin Aussie. So look forward to that. Definitely looking forward to this new year. New fresh start. See what we can do. Check us out on Twitter, @nerdiverse. We have fun. There's punch and pie there. And we will have ourselves a merry little Xmas.
A merry little
Xmas. I've, of course, been your host, Mike G.
Boop-bop-a-doo, Trash Monk the Third.
And we will always ask you to look beyond.
Bing Crosby beat his children
with oranges in a sock.
Okay, don't make a joke about it.
Damn.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You really